But it's there we go. Okay, we're live at least.
Yes. My guys are still so bright. Do you want it closer than that?
No, it's fine. As long as you like it. I guess, oh, there's the crawl. Okay, good. I have it up for 11 p.m. though, unfortunately, so I'll have to take it down afterwards.
Okay.
I never got my points wrong on blood pressure. Did Peaches get hers? She was ours.
Jill said she got hers.
I submitted a picture of my blood pressure and my biometrics, and the points never came through. And I got that little notification that said that it did come through. Actually, I need to take that crawl off when we start. It's still logged on though, so that's good. If we start.
I know. I think it's gonna work.
How's Elsie's program?
Oh, this is good. It's real good.
So you're going to talk about it today.
Yeah, I mean, I had it up over the weekend, but I don't know if people knew because I can't schedule a crawl from my phone. It's some weird zooming, so I couldn't put it up that it was on. I can program it up on my phone. There we go. Yeah. So I'm gonna put it up at 1 o'clock every time. Sweet. Okay. Hello, everybody. We're here. Welcome to the Westminster Weekly Wake Up. We're finally back. Colin and Andy, we've had a lot of separation these last few weeks, but we're here now.
Yes, it's good to be back. Monday, June 29th, and I'm doing about 6 jobs right now. So it's funny, Colin and I have switched roles. A few weeks ago, Colin was as busy as could be preparing for the new baby, and I was doing a little less. He was doing a little more. Now I'm doing way more, and he's doing a little less. And we finally get time to be back together. How long has it been since we've done the show together?
I think it's been a month. I think we've been in 4 weeks at least. Yeah, maybe 5. So yeah.
How many weeks were you gone?
I was gone 2 weeks. So
and a Monday, which would have been the show.
Yep, exactly. So I was missed 3 Mondays. Yes, and then last Monday I was with Janice. So
right, and I did the show twice without you.
Yeah,
and then we didn't have a show 1 week, and then you did it with Janice. That makes sense. So yeah, it's been a month.
Yeah, it's crazy how fast it goes.
It's nice doing the show because then you and I can just sit and talk.
Yeah, it's the first time we get to sit down and talk.
It's the only time that we really get to just sit and chat.
Yes.
So what's new? You have a baby at home.
I have a baby, yes, and she's already 3 weeks old. So this is what I'm excited about. On the wait for her to get here was the longest moments of my life. Now that she's here, things are back to speeding up. Like, even though I'm working less outside of work here, which always sped my life up, it's still speeding up just because every time you get home, like the second you walk in, you're trying to hold the baby, all those things, So life is back to speeding up, and I like that a little bit, especially during coronavirus stuff. And she had a big milestone this weekend. She took her first bottle. Yeah, so it's not formula or anything, but when Chelsea can get some extra breast milk out, she puts it in a bottle, and that is really important because that allows Chelsea to actually leave the house. Because she will. Sometimes she'll be good and not want to feed for 3 or 4 hours, but sometimes it'll be 20 minutes. Sometimes she'll just start crying 20 minutes after she just got fed, and it's just because she wants more.
Uh-huh.
So, and some babies don't take bottles very well, but it took maybe 30 minutes or so for her to understand how to get it because it's different. But she did it, and we moved right into that stage. So it's a really good milestone so that Chelsea can maybe go out and get a sandwich by herself or something.
Yep.
You know,
That's great.
Yeah.
Do you have any family nearby? Any babysitters in the family?
Well, we have her sister, one of Chelsea's sisters, is here, and she has been coming over every now and then, but she hasn't stayed with her just like to be with her as a babysitter. I was there or Chelsea was there. She just comes over to visit her, but she could. And then we have a professional babysitter who's babysat Oliver for a long time, and she's been a babysitter for years and years and years. She loves babies, and she's great. We haven't contacted her yet because we're not outside of the 4 to 6 weeks that the baby's supposed to really be staying in. So, but we will definitely be contacting her. Hopefully late July when the NBA comes back around, so we can go out and even if we just go sit at a Applebee's and watch an NBA game, like that's all I want to do.
Yeah.
Get a little bit of normalcy. We'll see how it goes.
We will spare all of you the NBA talk, but I can just tell you, Colin and I are two of the biggest NBA junkies in the country.
Yeah.
And we could talk about basketball for the next 6 or 7 hours and be quite happy.
Yeah.
Because those games are coming back at the end of July.
Yes.
And I guarantee you he's just as excited as I am. I've already started reading up on what's happening.
Yeah.
And baseball's coming back too.
And when I didn't
about the same time.
It's
July
a little
24th, I believe.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that's when the Nationals and the Yankees play opening day.
Nice.
So teams are reported now.
Yep.
Tampa Bay Times just had a big article in the newspaper yesterday. I'm sure many of you read that. And it had the 60 unusual things that are happening for teams to keep them safe from COVID. So the MLB put out a handbook of COVID regulations for all of the teams to follow. It's how they travel, where they stay, how they stay, what they eat, how they eat, who can be at the stadium. And there are 3 tiers of access. So tier 1 is the players and the coaches, and they have all access. Tier 2 would be like executives and general managers. And so they have a limited space. And then tier 3 is your sort of media people and your
groundwork people.
Mm-hmm. And so they have very, very limited access. So there's all kinds of things. The article is really interesting, right on the front page. Front page of the sports, actually. So it alluded to it from the beginning to go to the sports page.
And I think the Rays are in a really good position because they never play with any fans. So we've had conditioning for years with this.
Good job. Thank you. You can always see exactly what's going on.
Exactly. So the one thing that I'm most interested in this whole deal is if the NFL plays without fans, that'll be more of a challenge, I think, for NFL players than NBA players and MLB players, because even NBA games in the middle of the season, you can get a no crowd, basically. I mean, if you go to a Bobcats, New Jersey game or whatever in Charlotte, there may be only 10,000 people there and it feels quiet. NFL stadiums are never quiet. Even the worst teams sell out most of their stadiums. So that would be really creepy.
And the field is huge for NFL. So in the NBA, the court is small, so you're accustomed to hearing the chatter already. A lot of times you can hear quite a bit of chatter. In NFL, you can hear the quarterback. That's about it.
Yeah.
You can't hear anything else.
Yeah, and the openness of it, it's gonna be interesting. So I'm excited to see at least sports coming back.
So UFC and WWE have already experienced this, to where with no fans in the audience, you can hear every single thing that's happening that's being said between the competitors.
Oh gosh!
So with the WWE, it's mostly a show and they're talking trash. But UFC, sometimes the conversations are pretty interesting. You hear what they're talking about, and you can hear the trainers.
Yeah.
So I think hearing the coaches from the sidelines will be really interesting as well.
Yeah, definitely. So going to be an interesting change to sports, but I'm excited for it.
So in my life, we watch Saturday night movies on the garage.
Mm-hmm.
So about 3 weeks ago, it got too hot. Mm-hmm. You can't sit outside.
Not even at midnight.
And then it also got too light. The sun's not going down till almost 9 o'clock now.
Mm-hmm.
So we were watching movies at 8:30 on Saturday nights, and the sun's not down. So we moved them into my backyard to my lanai to the pool. So we have a nice big TV on the lanai, and we still have plenty of room for the neighbors to spread out. So we use our chairs now. We sanitize them.
There you go.
Everybody has a little area that's theirs,
Mm-hmm.
and those people want to get in the pool can get in the pool. And they have their own area in the pool, which is, of course, sanitized as well. And so now for a few weeks in a row, we've been watching movies on the back, which is so much nicer.
Mm.
It's inside. We have a bird cage, a screen. And also there are fans back there. So you have the pool, the furniture is more comfortable. You have the fans. It's a way better experience. And Saturday we watched Indiana Jones.
Okay, the original one?
The original one from 1981,
Mm-hmm.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
Great movie. I don't think I'd ever seen it. Really good movie.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, good action.
Yeah.
The plot's a little lacking at times. Indy's not exactly a superhero, but he gets away with some superhero things.
Mm-hmm.
But good movie. We watched it, and I stayed in the pool the whole time. It was amazing.
Nice. Good job. Well done. All right. So we want to move on to some of our happenings here at Westminster.
Sounds good. Let's figure out what's going on for the week. So, Colin, what do you have going on that the residents need to know about?
Well, I just want to start with the reminders. So we have a lot of in-person classes going on. Our most popular ones, Sit and Be Fit with Jill, Happy Hearts, Don't Fall, Core Chores. And Jill also has a new one, Body Balance. You can wake up to that on the Palm View 15th floor at 8 o'clock on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then we also have a lot of the virtual options on the TV still. So some of them are recorded, but I am also doing some of those live every week as well. So
I'm going to take down the scroll while you're talking.
Okay. Yes. So we are still doing some of those live, so that way you're getting fresh new content on the TV, you're getting fresh content in person, and you're also having enough recordings that you have multiple options to watch all your favorite and different fitness classes. So the live ones this week will be yoga live tomorrow. So if you're trying to stay in and you want a new kind of approach to yoga, I'll be doing that at 9:30 tomorrow. And then we have 9:45 kickboxing on Thursday. That's also a live one. So that gives you some new patterns to go by and things like that.
If you're looking at the calendar, how can you tell which ones are live and which ones are on the TV?
So you are able to see that based on the little parentheses past it. It'll show a scheduling. If it says 7:32, then it's on the TV. If it says PR, then it's in the Palm Room. PVL, that's the 15th floor of the Pier View Lounge in Palm View. And then some of them, like Happy Hearts, is in the Palm Room, but it's also casted on the TV at the same time. So you'll see Palm Room /732.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So of the classes that you guys are offering, the two of you, what ones are most popular so the residents at home can know? And about how many people are we talking about going to these classes? Because I know our residents are very concerned about the number of people in the room, and of course the heavy breathing. So which ones are you most popular?
So Happy Hearts is my most popular. Last week we had about 5 people in there, and we can easily fit 10 with good spacing. So that's probably even more than 6 feet of spacing. So we have some room in there. And then Jill's most popular class is Sit and Be Fit, and she had about 5 as well in there. So she still has some room because she can also fit 10. So we have pretty good spacing. And hopefully once our new rec room's open, or our new room, we'll be able to do a lot more with fitness as well.
Yeah, gotcha. So remember, if you come out to one of these classes, make sure you wear a mask. And it's not for everybody. Not everybody wants to do group activities, and that's fine. But we do want you to come out and try it out. We feel like the measures that we've implemented in our classes make it very safe. You have plenty of room. You don't need to be near anybody else, but you still get that feel of being with others. And, fitness is great if you have a live person right in front of you coaching you how to do things.
Yeah.
So they can help you with your technique and your motivation and connect with you that way. So come on out and check out some of those classes. If you want something a little more laid back, Sit and Be Fit is great for you. It is non-aerobic. Happy Hearts is aerobic, right?
Absolutely. Happy Hearts is the most intense class we have. So, if you're looking for something to get your heart rate up, that's the one you want to go to.
Is there an underutilized class that you think that these residents would enjoy more that you would encourage them to go to?
Well, my core chores class is a good class for sure. And I only had about 2 last week, 2 or 3, I think, once. So, and that one's on the peer view in the peer view lounge. So if you're a Palm View person, you don't want to travel across the street, 15th floor is beautiful. It's not an intensive class, but it is enough of a challenging class to work on your core muscles and strengthen up that core.
So once again, we do know the coronavirus cases are going up. The numbers are going up. However, we also do know how to protect ourselves. So wearing that mask, washing your hands, and social distancing is what it's all about. You got to pretend like everybody's got the flu, and you can certainly do some of these exercise classes. We do have room for you right now. I would encourage you to go ahead and check that out, because a few weeks from now, we may not have room, and these classes will max out. So you get in there sooner rather than later, it's going to be good for you. Something I want to share with you, we do have 4th of July coming up, and 4th of July is on a Saturday. We are going to do a 4th of July celebration right here at Westminster Palms on Friday. So we were really struggling, Janice and I were really struggling about how we were going to do this, and because we really wanted to serve apple pie. And that's what we wanted, is people want apple pie on the 4th of July. We want a barbecue, and we can't have a big gathering like that. So we're going to do a drop-in for apple pie. Now, Kenny and his team, they'll have something special for you as well. But we're doing a drop-in in the lobbies.
Okay.
So at 1 o'clock in Town Center, Palm Center, and at 3 o'clock in Palm View, Janice and driver James Maddox and I will all be in the lobbies, and we're going to have bags ready for you, and they'll have a slice of pie in there for you. This is going to be a prepackaged slice of pie. Kenny assured me he knows a great place that does pie and then packages it. So it's not like something you're just getting at GFS.
Yeah.
But this is an actual piece of pie that they're putting into a container. So we're not even going to be cutting the pies. We're going to be giving you a container with a pie in it, and we're going to give you a goodie bag as well. We're going to have one direction. Everybody can come in one direction and go out the other direction. We have fancy stickers to go on the floor to keep everybody spaced out.
There we go.
And we're going to celebrate a little bit of 4th of July together. Come down and say hello to people, make eye contact, give them an eyebrow smile, and wave to your friends. It'll be a great way for us to celebrate 4th of July at a social distance. That's 1 o'clock in Palm Center on Friday and 3 o'clock in Palm View.
Sounds great to me.
What else is going on for us?
So we have our Shuffleboard Weekly, okay? So we started this last week, every Thursday at 8:30 in the morning. We are going to be playing shuffleboard. I'll be out there to host it, all right? So it has to be 8:30 because it's so hot right now. I know I get the two things, it's too hot or it's too early, but we have to keep it that early right now. So I think that's a really good option for people, especially because we know the sun gives you vitamin D, and vitamin D helps keep you healthy. So get out there and get a few rays when it's not too powerful. Get yourself moving a little bit and keep going. Also this week, I'm going to start a new class, and we're going to do a men's only training in the Palm Room at 10:30 on Wednesdays. So if you're interested in that, you can come down. I don't think that we'll get to our max of 10, so just come down and we'll start that out. So it'll be some light stretching, a little bit of balance, and some resistance training.
Now, if the women want to come down, can they stand outside the window and just watch?
Yes, absolutely.
Ooh, yeah, because at Westminster Palms, a man is a commodity.
Absolutely.
So those of you ladies that are stuck inside with no men, this might be a good place for you to go fishing. Come hang out right outside the door. And then when Colin's class is finished and they all come out, then you can start talking to the guys and see what you can find. So that sounds like something you could do in quarantine, dating from a distance.
There you go.
So Colin, you mentioned the shuffleboard court. Is the shuffleboard court open to our residents right now?
The shuffleboard court is open at all times. So if you would want to play, there's all the equipment is over to kind of the right side, and you can go out there and get it yourself. Again, just if you're there with multiple people, practice social distancing as best you can. As long as you are further than 6 feet apart outdoors, it's not required to wear a mask. But if you are more comfortable wearing a mask, of course, it's still encouraged.
Right. So if you come down to the men's class and you get a date, that'd be a great first date, is you can take that man to the shuffleboard court and you guys can play. Now, one of the tricky things about the shuffleboard court that I hear from our residents is they can't find the equipment. And that is on purpose. That's on purpose because we don't want the equipment so close to the court and out front that people walking by can see it, play with it, take it.
Yeah.
So the equipment is there. It's just around the corner in the courtyard of Palm Isle, and you can see it once you walk into the courtyard.
Yep.
But you do have to take a few steps away from the court first. So that equipment is always out there. And that's a great way to stay fit and active, is to go out there and play, because as we just talked about, the sun doesn't go down till 9.
Yeah.
So from 7 p.m. onward, if you can get out of your pajamas, that's a great place to go out. It's a great time to play because it's an easy game and you get to move around a little bit and you can socialize outdoors pretty safely.
Yeah. Good deal. So what do you got?
So I want to tell you guys about a program called Live and Laugh.
Okay.
And we built a partnership with my new lifelong learning position. We built a partnership with the American Stage Players. And American Stage is one of the key thespian groups here in town. They do Shakespeare in the Park. They do the concerts, the outdoor concerts, the outdoor plays. And so I went a couple years ago, and I think it was 2 years ago, and I saw Mamma Mia.
Oh, nice.
I don't remember what this year's play was. Maybe they didn't. Maybe that was 2019. I went and saw Mamma Mia. Great play, outdoors. Well, our American Stage Players, they don't have anything they're doing right now. It's a whole group of professionals, set people, light people, costumes, actors, actresses,
Wow.
singers. And basically, they don't have a lot that they're doing. So they're doing online programming. And they are going to do a special class for us called Live and Laugh. It's going to be a Zoom class. We're going to do it in the Palm Room together. So we'll set up the TV in the Palm Room so the camera's there, and the instructor can see the class and the class can see them. It's basically going to be a mix of thespian activities. So a little bit of improv, a little bit of give and take with improv, but more so than that, it's going to be more meditation and stretching and warm-up activities. As you may or may not know, actors, actresses, just like Ron Burgundy, the newscaster, goes through a whole sequence of warm-up activities.
Ow, now, brown cow.
Yes, just like that. So vocal exercises, physical exercises, and meditation to get your mind in the right place. And so this crew from American Stage, they're going to do that with us.
That sounds great.
I've already talked to our Westminster Players group led by Ann Justice and Barbara Cooley, and they are fully aware of this and on board. And so if you're a Westminster player, you got to come out and join. But even if you're not, you can come and participate. I think it'll be a good time. We're going to learn from some professionals and have some good interaction. That is going to be next Tuesday, July 7th at 6 o'clock at night.
That sounds great to me.
I think it'll be good.
Yeah. I have been lucky enough to go to some really awesome, smaller set improv shows in my life. And oh my God, my cheeks were hurting after I got out of those places. So I know it's not going to be all comedy, but still.
Well, it's called Live and Laugh. So
Yeah.
we're going to do a little bit of wellness and a little bit of laughter.
That's great.
Should be good, and it'll be good. We'll all wear our masks. That's next Tuesday at 6 p.m.
Good deal.
What else is going on?
So another exciting opportunity that we have is Elsie's presentation. So we talked about this. I'm currently working with residents on putting together presentations for trips that they have taken around the world. I worked with Elsie Vassell last week, and she went to Russia right after the fall of the Berlin Wall. So they were falling into a civil war, chaotic craziness, and she was there. So I sat down with her, talked to her about her experience, put it into a video format, had a bunch of her own photos, and it's really a story that you can't miss. We played it a little bit over the weekend, but just in case you haven't seen it, we're going to play it at 1 o'clock Monday through Thursday this week, every single day, and then it'll also be up on My W Life if you want to see it on demand at any time. If you are someone who has a presentation, after I do this presentation, I give you a thumb drive. And you keep this for your whole life. You can share this with your entire family. It is literally a record of your experience. It's passing yourself on through a little thumb drive, right? So it's pretty awesome that you get something tangible out of this. As much as we do all of the great experiences that we have here at Westminster, this is something that you get to keep. So please contact me. I would love to do one a week for the rest of my life if I could to help everybody out. Because I just think they're really cool. and I get to feel like I'm keeping a part of our residents forever, keeping them alive forever. So it's really cool, and hopefully I can get more people to kind of join in. So just contact me, and I will set up a time with you. And that you don't have to do anything. You just sit there and let me ask you questions, and then it's over, and that's it.
Well, give us a little teaser. What's the most interesting thing? Give us a little nugget you learned about Elsie or from the presentation you did with her.
So Elsie and her husband went to a city that is very close to Chernobyl, and Chernobyl still has terrible amounts of radiation. And Elsie's husband got deathly sick.
Wow.
And the medicine was not good at that time. So he was lucky to make it out of there, honestly. So it was a pretty intense, situation where that happened. And she talks about it, and she talks about how they treated him and all the things.
Wow.
And yeah, it's a pretty crazy story. So and a kind of a funnier part, now that you know that he's okay from it, there's a very funny story that she tells about that he experienced in the middle of the night in his bed there, because it's not like our hospitals that are kept very secure.
Yeah.
So just very interesting. Very interesting.
Gosh, wow.
Yeah.
So do you have anybody lined up to do your next presentation on?
I have one person, but I don't know if she's ready yet. So I can definitely take another person.
So good seats are still available. If you
Yes.
think you might want to be the focus of this presentation, Colin does a great job. He's right. This would be a good documentary for you to share with your family.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and if there isn't anybody who I do a presentation for this week, I'll do one of my presentations again. We'll still have a presentation on Friday at 10:30.
Great.
So.
Well, we're almost out of time here. We only got a few
Yes.
minutes left. So, Colin, anything else you want to talk about? Anything upcoming?
Yeah, real quick. We are looking at the pier being completed, hopefully this month, maybe not this month, but very soon. And it is our goal to set up, hopefully, a walk to the pier for anybody who's physically fit enough and capable, walking out when it's open, maybe just getting the experience of it, not going inside and not doing anything indoors, but a nice outdoor walk. We would do it either early in the morning or late in the evening when it's coolest, and hopefully have a small group that's fit enough to do that. So if that's something you're interested in, you can definitely contact me, and I can get to start understanding how many people would be interested in that type of walk, and whether we'd be fit enough to be able to get out there and do it, and the logistics of it.
Gotcha. So for me, what I want to be able to tell you all is I'm still getting the same questions over and over. I'm getting a lot of questions about transportation. Unfortunately, we're still not providing transportation. As you know, COVID numbers are skyrocketing now, higher than we ever thought that they would. So we're doing our best to limit external factors from our campus. We are still doing a little bit of service on campus for the tram on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If you need a ride over to the pop-up store, James will help you with that. But that is the only kind of transportation we're doing. We do have communal dining, of course. You can do that on MyWLife. If you want to order that online, it is a little bit hidden. It's in the dining services icon, not in the dining menu icon. That's a question that I get quite a bit. And if you have any questions, you can call myself or Janice or Colin, or call 315, the dining number, and they can help you walk through MyWLife. But if you do order your food on MyWLife, or you make reservations for dining MyWLife, it does save you a lot of time, because you don't have to wait on the phone to talk to them. Colin, you have anything else to add?
I think that's all for me.
All right.
All right.
Great.
Thanks,
a good week,
everybody. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.